Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So tonight won't be too long, really. Not terribly much for us to do here. But we just need to go over a few more things, and then we are pretty much good to go here on the actual turn, which is going to be really nice. Get us over to THG, and probably see the turn next week, really. So, what I want to take a look then is, let's see. We need to figure out what we're doing here in this area. So we do have these forces over here. They did just previously take the base. Now they're heading to Rabal. These guys are heading to Rabal as well. We do have these guys over here. Oops, get this sorted. Okay. We do have some additional troops over here then. I did have them previously load up. I think what we're going to do here, then. You take the patrol boat. I think I'm going to leave some troops over here, then, just to make sure we have some. I can use them to move up further in the future. We'll leave them to unload here for the time being, but what I'm going to do is grab the destroyer. Yeah, she has depth charges, which is good. What actual class is she? See, she's a kamikaze class, okay. These guys are going to head over here and go pick up the rest of the 124th infantry over there. We do have some infantry moving back into Rabal over here, which is good news. Yeah, just preparing Rabal, really. Still have a few forces out here, but we don't really have much use for them at the moment in time. It's actually the rearm level out of curiosity. 150 then. So it's good for little things, but obviously if we wanted to rearm them proper, we'd have to head over here to Truck, where the rearm is, yeah, 4,635. So yeah, pretty damn good. Okay. So we are using our submarines over here. How you doing, Bad AT? Good to have you, my man. Right, these guys are currently stood down for training, but I don't think that's quite what we wanted there. So they've only just moved into here, haven't they? That makes sense. So we're going to have them in naval search, but have them stood down here completely. We'll have them transferred over to this area. The thing is, I could do with some aviation support over here, so I'd like to get some engineers out here in the future, actually. Okay. Just really reviewing the situation here, to be honest. There's not that much for us to do. Few changes. Not much more beyond that. So we're going to have these guys head to Luganville, where they can refuel and rearm. These guys, we're going to have to, yeah, have them head to Luganville as well. We're going to use Luganville to really rearm and refuel our submarines for the most part. You are headed to Rabal. There is fuel at Rabal. I don't have a tender at Rabal, though, that's the only issue. I'd have to double check how much it is to actually rearm torpedoes. Okay. So we're going to be running naval search over the Jakes, which is going to be really good. It gives us the ability then, like, because how it works is our submarines, if they're able to react and a target is sighted, they will react to it, which is going to be good there, obviously with the naval search, so that should be quite good. Yeah. Just more submarines moving out here, which is excellent. Let's see. Submarine over here, let's see if we can make it to Luganville. Even if it can't, probably better off having it move over there. By crawl, perhaps. Maybe it can make it. Maybe. Might not be too far away. Are you going to get the small dot base, like, on Tong Java? Are we talking about by Java? I'm not familiar with where that base is at this moment in time. It looks like they can make it. That's good news. Yeah, it looks like they have 11 hexes. Yeah, they've got 11 hexes that they can cover, and luckily Luganville's 10 hexes, so they can make it there next turn. Well, the turn after. How you doing there, Renazap? Yeah, I mean, it usually would have been a two-part series, well, two-part episode, but I've been a little bit down the cold. Feeling a lot better tonight, really, which is good news. So I thought, rather than just, like, make a hash of it last night, just get as much done as I felt like I could, and then just finish it off today, which we are going to do. Okay, so we were aware of the destroyers in this area, which is really quite interesting, actually. Yeah, I sound better. I do sound better. I've had a little bit of, like, time just to recover. Good news as well, so I need to do some voice work for Slytherin as well, so I need to get that done. So I'm quite happy that I'm feeling a bit better today. It's great. Okay, still got a bit of a cold there. So apologies. Okay. So we have two of these bad boys in reserve over here, then. I don't ever really have too much over here. Midway is being repaired. I mean, that damage... I can't remember if it came from the bombardment. I don't think all of it came from bombardment, but I don't think the bombardment helped us out, really. But it's getting there. I mean, we can run from here without any issues. Like, I'm using float planes, so I don't even need an airfield. We don't really need the port, but it's nice to have them, really. Yeah, there is 2 Christmas Islands, actually. Now, do I build fortifications? What's actually the... So it's an atoll. I don't know what atolls are considered, actually. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the actual defensive value there of Midway Island is. Maybe 2 for it being jungles, perhaps? I'm not entirely sure there. Yeah, we have Christmas Island here. And we have Christmas Island over here as well. But I don't know what the IO stands for, actually. Maybe Indian Ocean? That would probably make sense. Okay. I'd love to try and make a move on Tahiti one day. I think, depending on what happens, if he does reveal his carriers in the future, then, depending how, I'd like to try and make a play for the Lion Islands. The reason being that if we were to take Christmas Island and Palmyra, we'd have a really great position to just interdict traffic in that area. But convoys in that area, really, but just, it'd be a pain in the arse for him. It would inevitably fall, probably not that long after. But it's one of these of where it's something of a, it's a speed bump, really, isn't it? But denying it to him would be quite nice. He's going to have to spend resources to take stuff like that. But yeah, we're going to be quite bold and attempt to actually get aviation support and survive. The good news is if I take a look over here on F6, we can enter the island from really any angle, which is really good news. There's a level 1 port over here, so we might... How much can we dock? So, it looks like 6,000 tons could be docked over here, which means these guys should be just about able to dock them both, which would be nice. But even if we lose the PBs, I think it might be worthwhile to get those guys in there, because it's going to be difficult for him to get them out. And again, like I said, we don't need the port, we don't need the airfield, so if we could actually get something out of it, potentially, that'd be great news. Like, now to actually have float planes, it would be quite good to put some pressure on him. Like, excuse me, by actually getting those guys onto the island as well, it would give his engineers... Yeah, these engineers are quite good. Though, I don't know, it's one of these, like, I considered having them sent to Baker Island, which would be... It wouldn't be a dumb idea. Definitely wouldn't be a dumb idea. How you doing there, J Street? Yeah, Operation Vacation. The invasion of Hawaii, indeed. I don't know. What we'll do then is I'm going to have them head south. If they can make it to survive, then we'll give it a go. But if not, that's that. I mean, what's the actual... Well, if they're detected, I'll probably have them pull out. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can get lucky. I might have them make full speed. Not now. And really probably not ever. But they might be able to manage it a little bit. Like, if they could actually arrive at night, I could consider it. But we'll see about that. In some ways, it might be a test of his capabilities, but we'll see about that. Okay. So we're loading these troops up over here, which is good news. So the engineers will be moving down here. The mine troops are going to be moving off the coast of New Maya to begin sweeping for mines, which is good. Righto. They're heading back to Rabat, which is good news. They're heading back over here to Kavieng, or however the hell you pronounce it, to pick up troops. Excuse me, sorry about that. So these guys are moving down to Buna to take more supply. Okay, do not unload cargo. How you doing there, Sergeant Harriman? Good to have you, my man. Right, we're going to take this. We're loading the troops back up over here. And then what I'm going to do is have them head for Sarong. How you doing there, Helson? Yes, it is. Ah, how you doing there, monkey? Welcome, by the way, there, Helen. Good to have you, my friend. Okay. We do have our plan in place over here, actually. What I am going to do is, let's see. Ambon's not bad at all, to be honest. It's not bad. Right, these guys are running at night, day, night, day. Okay, they're running the day. Okay, so we'll have an adequate amount of naval search at night then, which is going to be quite good. It's going to be a worrisome situation. It was actually suggested to me that the Cornwall is a county-class heavy cruiser, which I don't know if it's actually represented in the game. I don't know if it's under a different name. But supposedly it does have 4 8-inch guns, so it's a fair beastie. But I think we'll still be okay. It's one of these. The cover force over here isn't a slouch. Just have to hope for the best for the most part. And this is it. I mean, it might have 8 guns, but we have 10. So we'll just have to hope for the best there. Right. Some more supplies heading for Kopang, which is good news. Additional destroyers will be very handy here. These guys are going to take the base. Now... you're still unloading, you're not. That's good news. You're going to head back to Kendari and pick up either supply or troops. Basically get them out of the dangers, well, out of danger. But while you move back, I'm going to have you on ASW. Right, there we go. I mean, these APDs are really handy. We did have a little bit of flotation damage over here. So Minikazi's at 55, Fuji's at 56. It'll take some time to get really back into order, but it is what it is. Right, fuel moving into here. Set to unload, which is good. Yeah, I mean, this is it. I might want to spread this fuel out a little bit more, but it should be quite good. I mean, at Ambon, we do have the BBs on the way to bombard. So they're moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, seems. Okay, you've completely unloaded. Right, let's see. We still have SLF units out here. And I'd like to move out potentially a base force to one of these bases here in the Dutch East Indies. That would be quite handy. Though, let's take a look over here at Kendari. There's a few Naval Guard units here. Right, you're playing for Surabaya. Let's take a look. The good news is it is clear terrain. I mean, what I'm going to be doing here then is... Let's see. Do I have anything that's really capable of like a fast transport mission? I do have a good number of actual transport ships in here. Yeah, you can't lay mines because you're a far as I see it, it's not having it. Perhaps it has to be undocked, but we'll give it a go then. Should be late mines, but I don't think it can. But we'll see. Give it one more go. Right. Your destination is then going to be Makassar, just to give us a little bit of a garrison there for when the detachment does pull out. Unloading the artillery there. Unloading supply here. Ah, there we go. The first raiding regiment has arrived. So we do have paratroopers in the Dutch East Indies over here, which, who knows, it could be very important. We don't know how they're going to shape up as of yet, actually. So we are going to have to take a look at that and how things are going to work in the near future. We'll hope for the best. It would have been nice to have had them in China right now, but the thing is it's just going to take too long. Now, something I did discuss here with Monkey earlier on today is in regards to the armor that we do have over here. So if we take a look, we do have 3 tank regiments. Now, what I want to do is have them moved over here to Canton. The reason why Canton is because we do have the major road here, so we could have them drive up all the way here. Now, the thing is, that's going to take a while, at least a week, definitely closer to 2 weeks probably in length. But what I'd like to do is get them into China. So the thing is, I don't know when the status quo is going to change here in China. I really don't know. Sorry about the cold. But I'd like to get that. We do need to sort forces out in China, actually. Okay, 286. Fair old amount of garrison here. Hankow Special Base Force. I mean, there's a lot of engineer units here. I mean, we have a lot of engineers here at 265. So they're heading for the enemy. Are they both heading for the enemy? Okay, so they're moving up the rail lines here then. In fact, leave you here, I could move. Now, talking about moving on Nanning, if we take a look over here, we've decided against basically moving out from Chengchao. And it is true that we are moving here to a major road. But what we'd rather do then is be in this position, potentially march to Nanyang. Though what we're going to be ideally looking towards doing is approaching Xi'an from this direction over here, due to the fact that we do have the clear hexes over here. So what we're going to do then is these divisions. It's good to have 3 divisions. That's a hell of a lot of power. And to be honest, considering that we only need a 20 strength garrison here, we're definitely over the limit there. Same as I am over here, actually. But we're not going to be making too many changes to the actual garrison as of yet. The reason being we do have a few plans in place to deal with in the future. I'm going to stop building fortifications here because there's really no reason. There might have been a time where these might have been needed, but I don't think we can expect a... I just don't see him attacking us, to be honest. So we're going to stop fortifying there. Stop using additional supply. Okay, here I need 200. Regiment's moving out. See, there's a part of me that's tempted to have the actual paratroopers flown over here to Hankow. I am tempted. Hmm. So they still wouldn't have the range to reach Tuyun. But these guys potentially would do. Four hexes to Heika. I'm just thinking here then, well, the issue is I could send them via rail. They are in combat mode right now. Well, they're in rest mode right now. I'm just thinking, considering that we're not going to be dropping quite yet, it might be worthwhile having them move via paratroopers to Heika. Or even potentially Wuchang. I mean, does Wuchang give us that additional range? It does give us that bit of range, but I think we would still have the range there from Heika. I'll let you guys discuss that. Do let me know what you think about that one. I will be back in 2 seconds. Just going to go grab some food from downstairs. So be right back, guys. 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Now, I don't think we need to worry about him discovering the paratroopers quite yet. I don't think he has the capability to find that out. And it's not like he can take a look at the amount of auxiliary aircraft at Hankow, considering the fact that we've got a lot of reconnaissance there that he's always known about, or at least should probably have some idea about. Assuming he really has any sort of idea. So I think what we're going to do then is, it might see a few of these break down, but I think if we're within, if we make it to Hankow, or potentially even Wuchang, Wuchang might have been a better idea, to be honest. See, then from Wuchang, let's take a look at this then. So the L3Y2s do have a range of potentially 16. So that puts basically all of this within range. See, what it might be is, if the drops are successful, but I think what we might want to look at then is potentially doing reconnaissance deeper into China. And if he does have any empty bases, it might be worthwhile taking a look at those. Something to bear in mind. Definitely something to bear in mind. But yeah, I think it's worthwhile. I think we do have the time to actually get them moving. So that's good. We do have some... yeah, I think we'll get them going then. So transport the 2nd Raiding Regiment. Target destination is going to be Hankau. They're not moving far. So set our transports to do that. Destinations Hankau. Destinations Hankau. Destinations Hankau. Yeah, shouldn't take them too long to move them. I could have another squadron sent in there just to enable them to move faster, but I don't want to overload the base too much. The good news is once this rail line's open again, we'll have the ability to, well, move them out at will, which is good news. Have them rest. Okay. Overall, the situation is pretty good, to be honest. We'll be bombarding Ambon soon enough, which is good. Right. They're moving south to Babardoab at the moment. I do have this unit over here. I'm just going to carry on moving out. I'd like to get more of a garrison in Manila, to be honest. Okay, so I do have another tank regiment over here. And we do have the units here. So, what I'm going to do then is they're going to head for San Fernando. The reason being, potentially, well, to San Fernando isn't it where they need to go. Yeah, potentially, we might be able to get them into China. The thing is, I don't expect to have that much in the way of time. But I think it might be worthwhile trying to assemble forces that could potentially go there. Now let's take a look at what we actually have here. It's a good number of kois over here that I desperately need to get moved out of here. The rest of this SLF is down there at Surigao and Kandari. Yeah, so pretty spread out there. Cruiser Miley here. She's pretty heavily damaged. But what I'm going to do then is actually have her get out of here, really. Have her head back to Japan. If she can manage it, it'd be worthwhile. She's pretty damn good as well. She does have depth charges here, but nice depth charges as well, the more advanced ones. And she does carry a good number of mines. She's actually very nice craft there, really. Would be a shame to lose her. I don't think we need to worry about submarines here. I don't think it's going to be risking that. How big is she, actually? 2,400 tons. She may be able to head. Might be Pescadores when we send her. Naha has 5, so she could repair it. 19. 21. Yeah, looks like you're going to head to Pescadores. Have you head to Pescadores to undergo repairs? She's been there a long time, actually. I think she was torpedoed a long while ago. Okay. So, something I do need to turn off is this, which was pointed out to me. That was just something that must have just been forgotten about, but that'll ensure that supply flows around here more. Well, at a better rate, really. There's going to be no issues there regarding supply now, which is good. I'm going to have these forces sent down to Singora to go pick up those actual tanks. Let's see. I think it's going to be worthwhile. It's not likely that they... I don't know. It's one of these of will they actually have the time to make it, but we'll give it a goddamn good try. Okay, these guys are here. Right. Let's have them unload supply, then that's fine. What do I actually have here at Kotoburu? Another ship there. In terms of actual land forces, engineers, good few naval guard units over here actually. Yokosuka 3rd SLF moving out there, which is good. At least when they actually move over to Saigon, I can actually have them move on the rails pretty much immediately, which is good news. So we'll get them moving up. But these guys would be nice moving out of here. If I stop by AV... Yeah, so 41st Infantry over here. So Changsha Kanko. Go to Baroon. I think what I'll do then is I could potentially have this unit move to China to reform the division. Though saying that it might be useful to actually... If we take a look at the other elements of that regiment first. So for 41st Regiment. So if we take a look... Right, you're attached to the Korea Army, you're attached to the 25th Army. I don't know if I could assemble it into a full division as these units have not arrived yet. I don't think so. No, it won't. It won't. Never mind. Ah, thank you very much for that, Racer. That's appreciated, my dude. It really is. Well, in fairness, I'm going to have them sent down there. I did previously have them ready to move elsewhere, but I think it's worthwhile having them there. I can't move them into a division, so we'll get them down to where they might be needed. So we'll attempt to take Sinkawang this turn. Ideally it does fall. Well, it's been a real rush, and things are just getting more and more exciting, which is fantastic, actually. Okay, gonna have these aircraft move up here to Singapore, sorry, to Johor Bahru. They're not exactly great, but any additional aircraft are good as well. It's all about having just numbers, and if we can get additional numbers in there, it's all additional damage. More chances to inflict damage on the airfield, which is good. More supply he's burning, which is what we want there. Right. So, the altitude we're flying here then is 17,000 feet, which works for me. When do you envision the ground assault on Singapore to occur? It's gonna happen in the next 2 days. It's gonna be either tomorrow or the day after, but it's gonna be within the next 2 days, definitely. To be honest there, SYT, once you do get into it, and it's like I'm still learning now, but it really is fun. I had somebody mention the other day that they just not had the time to actually play the game yet. And I said to them, well, you are learning. Even if you're not playing, you are learning. And the thing is, it's like the more you learn, like the better your first game's going to be anyway. So there's no bad thing really about even just watching, because you're still learning from watching. English hard. Well, this is it. This is what we're trying to do. I mean, the thing is, it's like history... Well, the timeline here in this game is already different from reality, so it's going to be one of those, isn't it? Right, so they're set to do that, which is good news. Just really need to up the amount of bombers just hitting every single time, really. Okay, we have a good few more aircraft here. Well, will he send more supplies into Singapore? Maybe. He could definitely do that via naval action. Of course, I could challenge it via air power, but it's one of those of... I don't know. It's one of those of, like, if he's going to do it, it's going to probably be... Yeah, just, he can kind of do it from whenever. But it's one of those of, like, how much supplies are going to move in. Once we do have fighters down here again, we'll be able to actually shut it down again, but luckily he doesn't know about that. Okay. Morale's pretty good here. Experience is pretty good. What I'm going to do then is try to fill up these squadrons once again. So I'm going to take the 62nd Sentai and put in the actual number of aircraft required here. It's been a long time since we had anything even approaching a full-strength squadron. So it's going to be good to get back to these days once again. Okay, what I'm going to do is try and fill up. Put these aircraft in there. So that's all of them in the pool there. But I think it's worthwhile. We'll try and fill these squadrons back up. No lilies here in the pool. What altitude are we flying here? Let's see, these guys are stood down. And I could have them potentially attack the base over here at Singapore, but I think it's a waste of their time. Might as well keep them for what they're actually good at. Right, aircraft. Right, 17,000 feet, 17,000 feet, 28,000 feet sweep in Singapore, that's fine. Right, what are you guys doing? Balapapan. And Samarinda. Ooh, the Ki-49. I'm not even... It's going to be a while at least. I mean, let's see. Can I see any sort of historical date for the Ki-49? I don't know if I'm even producing the... Well, researching... Well, R&D in the 49. So it'll arrive when its historical date is, actually. If I take a look, I might be able to find that out. Yeah, the Helen. Okay, so it looks like... I mean, it says supposedly here available from 4/42. So, we might be able to begin... I don't know, to be honest, what I might do... I'll have to consider that. I don't know if I need to bother producing any additional... This is it, like, even if we have it available to be produced, we need to have the actual facilities producing it. It's something to bear in mind, anyway. And, like, what I'm going to be doing here in the near future is we do have a lot of facilities producing the 2As. I'm probably going to have them shift over to producing something else. As to what, I'm going to have to decide. I could probably do with having an additional 0 facility, maybe. But that's something to bear in mind, really. But we'll see, we'll see. Okay. Now, over here at Bangkok, I mean, there really isn't that many changes left to make now. Let's take a look at these guys. Yeah, they're just starting their movement over here. 1 unit over here on Migi, or whatever it is. Okay. So, what I was originally going to do is, like, have 2 units sweep. Yeah, I was going to have the other K-43 1C sweep, but what I'm going to do then is actually have them both escort the bombers. So they're going at 16,000 feet. So we're going to have these guys both move at 16. Escort. So what I'll do then, grab these guys. Set K-43s to escort. But what I'm going to do then is actually have them on a 30% combat air patrol as well. The reason being... At least we do have a decent amount of patrol over the actual base, just in case. I mean, what we're trying to do here, then, is we're trying to really destroy his combat air patrol. He has about 54, as far as we can tell, which, don't get me wrong, that's no small amount of actual aircraft over there. But what we're trying to do here, then, is if we destroy his combat air patrol, then we can really concentrate on actually destroying the airfield. But what we want to do is really just destroy his air power in Rangoon. Destroy it in Burma. If we can just chase it through all of Burma, then he's kind of buggered there, really. So that will be quite nice. Now, as to where he's moved his bombers, I'm not entirely sure, but we'll figure it out. And the ones on the ground here, there's a fair few on the ground. I don't think they're all damaged, but it might be light bombers or something of that nature. But we'll see about that. Okay, decent amount of fuel over here, load has been complete. What I'm going to do then... Plenty of fuel down there. I don't think I need to put any fuel into the Philippines there. So I think what I'm going to do then is take a look at these guys. So these are quite slow. Having an oil is very useful, however. What I'm going to have it do then is head for Pamaldwarp. The oil will be good news. Though... What I'm going to do here, then, is set this up as a replenishment task force. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is have it move as a... We'll just have it move as a support, just so it doesn't actually look any different. Actually, move it as a transport, so it doesn't look any different. I'm going to grab one of these destroy minesweepers and grab the Remo. And she's going to head to Japan, actually. The reason is, in the future, we will be looking at actually having the Shoho pulled out of Japan and potentially moved into the US, well, basically to this side of the Pacific, really. Depending on the events and how they turn out. It depends, really. If there is indeed carriers down here, as some people suspect, then it's going to really change a lot of things. So if I can get some oilers ready down here, all over by Japan, that'd be good news. We'll have you lined up in terms of ground forces for Burma. To be honest, Singapore really does come first as far as it goes for really ground warfare over that way. I was originally going to be sending the 38th Division to Singapore, but the thing is, we are close to Hengyang. And if we do have victory in China, it's gonna be pretty big. So, it's one of those, it's 3 hexes to Canton, or it's 3 hexes to Hengyang. And we are, well, then again, even, not even to Hengyang, we're going to move into here. They're going to move along a secondary road, so it's going to take them a while. So it's one of these, we might as well have them made use of in China, I suppose. But yeah, as far as it goes for Burma, I mean, the time will come for them. It will eventually come. Just not now. Okay, so we're still hitting the ground there. What's the... Right, so I'm not seeing any airfield damage here, so... we're going to switch over to hitting the airfield. Well, this is it, isn't it, really? Right, so we'll hit the airfield. Excuse me. Hit it at 3,000 feet. So I'll level bombers to do that. You can actually be moved out of here then. I still believe you're attached to Southern Harbour, which is good news. See, it does have that camera, so it does make me wonder, is it any good with reconnaissance? Because it might be useful using them as potential reconnaissance aircraft, really. I might have them using that role, really. If I take over a look over here at Loyang, so I don't have any aviation support at Loyang. Cheng Chao, none, which is not good, so I could do with some more there. Well, with some actually there. Yeah, potentially, but I'm thinking use them in this area. I mean, 5's not great, but if I had some aviation support over here at Cheng Chao, at least they'd have range on Nanyang. No range on Xi'an, but they could still be useful over this way. So it's something to consider, really. Okay, what I'm going to be doing here then. Now, unfortunately, this unit can't be split up, which kind of sucks. Right, we're definitely going to be taking a look at how to reorganize this in the near future. Three units there. That's a stronger unit there, independent. They build up to form the 26th Division, which could be done actually. I mean, this is all in various parts of China, but it could be done. So what I'm going to do is actually have that brought down. Have it taken to Chengchao. Get an additional AV there, really. Cavalry can remain there. What are the roads like over here? Okay, they're secondaries. But what I'm going to do then is... Well, to be honest, it'd be easier. We'll just have them march. Have them march down here. We're going to have them march down these roads over here. Try and secure that. March up there as well to Yunnan. Basically use them as a forward observation. Well, just a reconnaissance in force, really. Right, so these regiments over here. We need to get that 4th Air Division out of here. So let's see. Move the 4th Air. Okay, there we go. So get them loaded up. Right, it's pending loading now, but that's okay. So we need to figure out where they need to be headed, really. A bit of a tough one, really. So it would be nice in Dutch East Indies. But then again, we're going to be moving different bases, so... I think it's probably better we just get them moving now. We can always decide where they need to go in the near future. It is a much more useful unit, but for the time being, what I'm going to say is have it head out for Bapaldwar. Obviously, it's not going to reach Bapaldwar before we make a decision. But we'll get them heading out that way, because it could be useful down here in the South Pacific. It could be very useful, really. Like, for example, I think it's got 4 hexes that it can cover. Could be very handy at Luganville, for instance, and we could have like the other one over here at New Caledonia. Or, yeah, there's a lot of different places where it can be very, very useful. We'll have to figure out really where we want it. Don't like the fact that these guys aren't docked. Oh, no, they are docked. Never mind. Okay. To be honest, things are going fairly well here. I still need to decide what I want to have on the Shoho, to be honest. It's a good task force here. Couple cruisers in here. We have a force really ready to go at moment's notice. I'm going to shift these guys from Kagoshima. And these are all Southern Army. A construction unit would be useful elsewhere. Now, I did have a suggestion actually in regards to Haiphong, really. in regards to if we do conquer China, at least actually open this area of China up, it could be potentially useful to have resources or supply shipped into Haiphong and potentially have it make its way through China via the roads, which ain't a bad idea. Like, we do lose a bit of it like that, I think. I don't know whether, well, maybe. I know you can lose supply, but I don't know if it applies to, like, resources or oil. Probably. But it might be worthwhile moving some engineers over there. But then again, it could be worthwhile moving engineers really to all sorts of places. I do need to actually begin to plan for the day that we do take Singapore. Yeah, you can. Like, resources do travel. Like, obviously I'd have to take this road over here. But if we did take that, it could be potentially worthwhile to have resources maybe move this way. But we'd have to really consider that one. Ponta size 4 at the moment, ain't bad. But it's something to bear in mind. Need to obviously, like, find out the information in regards to that. Okay, just have you on combat. I can't really think of where I was intent to have you go. Unrestricted, so I have the 2nd Reconnaissance and the 3rd JNAF. This is a naval base unit here. Only thing it's bloody static, I think. Is it static? It seems to be static. Yeah, static device. But we'll mess more with this in the future, actually. I'm not going to do it right now. So I need to actually take a look at what we should be doing. Right. So at Nanning, we are going to go with an attack. I mean, ideally it works out, but we'll see about that. I might take the base and then probably look to pull back, depending on the situation here. But it depends, really. Ideally, they do pick up that unit there, but we'll see. Okay, they're moving. They're moving. Deliberate attack here, then's fine. Let's keep the bombardment here, then. Alright, we're going to have additional movement capacity in the future, while sea lift capacity in the future. Let's move that artillery down to Kotoburu. Let's see. See, it could be... You're not that far from being done. Right, it's all major damage, so you do need to switch over to shipyard. So never mind, yeah, it's going to be a while before you're done. Not that bad, though. Looks like 2 days for these guys. So yeah, Congo would be very nice to actually have as like a escort for one of the carriers, perhaps. What I might do is... It depends, really. Maybe we get her to about 10 heavy damage and then she could be potentially shipped out to truck to repair there. But then again, it's one of these, isn't it? It's like she's undergoing repairs now, might as well have her set out when she's fully repaired. But we'll see, we'll see. I mean, when does she actually get any upgrades, actually? That's a good question, therefore. I'll take a look at that in just a moment. I think it's like 36 or something. Is it not going to let me take a look at her per se? Okay, that's kind of annoying, but oh well, it is what it is. Right. 35 out of 46. Are they travelling on main road? So, ooh. They might arrive tomorrow, or they might arrive the day after, but probably it's tomorrow. It is going to be extraordinary bloody, I know that. But it is what it is. No, it can repair 10, I believe. I'm sure it's 10. I'll double check anyway. Not that many. I mean, we'll have a few hundred guns, but not that many. Right, let's see. Ships under repair. Well, you're in readiness anyway. Well, you're on PS side at the moment. It's repair that system damage. I'm pretty sure it's under 10 we can repair with a, Actually, you're only... You actually just need to be in repair ship. Do I have anything else on repair ship? No. But you can go on repair ship, which is good. Repair ship. Yeah, like, this would be a good test. I'm just going to put on to repair ship for the time being. It might be under 5, actually. You know, I can't remember this moment in time. It's either 5 or 10. I forget which one it is. Right, speedboat. Can head down there to Sorong to drop off additional troops. Is it going to have to be a transport? Is it really? God damn, why are they in strategic mode? Ugh. Okay. Unload them. And then reload them in the correct mode. It's going to be a scary moment as we are moving in tankers, but we desperately need that fuel. Right, you can head out there to Bavardwar. Though, actually, no, then again, they are pretty high value. I'd rather not have them risked around the Philippines, really. She could head back when she drops off that element there. Okay. These guys kinda... they're in a weird position at the moment, aren't they? Can't really move into here until we take the base. But there's no detection over them at the moment. I'll have them actually head for San Fernando, but the warships are going to head elsewhere. I'll have them head for Saigon to undergo some repairs, actually. At least the ones that need it. Or I could have them base out of Kuantan. I'll have them base at Kuantan, actually, to act as a surface force in the area. they're very low on damage, so we'll have them head over here to Kwantan. So I'll have need them in the near future. I could use them for like fast transport missions, to be fair. But I should have a sufficient amount of supply here. That's a good amount of supply. Let's be honest, that's a good amount of supply. Okay. Saga's gonna move out. Or Sega. She's too low on fuel there, really. Okay, you're loading troops back up, which is good news. Okay, and you're going to take the base. That's great. What I'm going to do here, then... Oh, God damn it. Yeah, pretty much. I swear to God, I wish it just showed you on here. It'd be so nice. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to have them both set to 40%, and they're going to cover this area here. Now, the reason for this is this wider area. Does mean that, well, if they're in the area, we should be able to get them. It's going to be a bit of a pain with these guys here. I'm kind of tempted just to move it up one band, actually, instead, which I think I will do. Yeah, one band's fine up. Then at least we're not wasting any attacks over here. Can I drop that down to 30 again? Yeah, I can. Okay, there we go. So we're able to use less aircraft, and we're covered in an area that's better now. Yes, I think so. Maybe about that. Bugger off, I can't cover that. Right, we'll go with that. I don't know why it's showing like that. Shouldn't be. Oh, it's because there's less of them, that's why. Okay, maybe these guys are a little bit more focused. I think we'll go with that then. Well, I mean, this is it. Even if they do make it back to port, they're going to be kind of buggered. But a good suggestion I did have, actually, is taking this force over here and actually having it head for the light cruiser over here, actually. Which is not a bad idea, because then at least it gives them the ability to attack this. Depends really on how quickly it's moving. I don't think it'll be moving too terribly quickly. But we'll have it move out there. And I could potentially have something go intercept this, but I don't think it's worthwhile yet without the information at hand. In fairness, actually. Well, it's one of these things. It's like we're the one on the offensive here, really. In the future, it will change. What's the reaction? The reaction's 1 on the CLs. I'm going to give it 1 just so they, if it does move out of the area. I can imagine it's probably very heavily damaged, so it'll not be moving fast. But I don't want to have it on too high, just in case. Now, I'll tell you what, actually. And they can't transfer down to the moment. Neither can they. I might actually have a Jake squadron. Maybe move into this area if it be more useful against like blah. But again, no, it's not worth it. Never mind about one. Possibly over here just to protect against submarines and etc. Okay, try someone's there. A few days until they're entirely ready. He has a lot of bombers over here, but he doesn't really have that much in way of combat air patrol. So I think what I'm going to do here then is... I think this is where we saw... But it doesn't have a port, so it doesn't have an airfield here. When there was a unit over here at Denpasar then. I don't know how we actually got the reconnaissance on that. Must have been just like naval search in the air or something. I think what we're going to do then is... I'm going to take the reconnaissance over here. And in fact, have these guys transfer down here to Maxar. It would be nice to actually have that additional reconnaissance ability. Maybe I keep you there, but I could have something move from over this way. And yeah, I'm going to move additional reconnaissance down here. What we're going to do then is, I'm going to be looking at these other bases in the area. Then, I mean, this is it. Even if they had taken a look at these bases, they are significantly closer. Right, so Balapapan rather than Balapapan. Einzelhydri. Jesus Christ. Run reconnaissance over Denpasar. Yeah, you should apologise. Okay, there we go. So, we're going to run reconnaissance over the major air bases over there on that southern end of Java. So, ideally, we'll be able to take a look at actually what is going on in the future. But I think what we're going to be doing then is we're going to be really gearing up for potentially bombing the Javan air bases there, really. So he's got a lot of bombers on the ground there. And if we can actually really take out his cap, or at least figure out where his combat patrol is, then we'd be in a good position there. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, if only. If only. Okay. But I think that does cover everything for the time being, to be honest. I don't think there's really anything else that we can do. I know I said it'd be a short one, but it's still been an hour and 10 minutes, which is short for me, really. There's a lot of other stuff that we really are going to be doing, but that's going to be based over here in northern China. But what we need to do here is really work out the garrisons. That's what we need to do. Jesus Christ. I did play my first game of Battle Group My Little Brother earlier tonight, which is really fun, actually. He had a German Panzergrenadier, armoured Panzergrenadier platoon, so obviously all in the half tracks. And he had a King Tiger, Königstiger, and he had a Puma. I had 4 Shermans. I had an American armoured platoon, so I had 4 Shermans with the 75s. I had 30 dudes in half tracks, so 10 to each half track. And then I had a command squad in a Jeep and just some NG teams and a mortar team. I ended up winning in the end. He did take out one of my Shermans, he took out one of my squads, but the thing is, it's like, he just doesn't have the... he can only kill like maybe 1 or 2 things at max each turn. So it's like, if I hide my stuff like I did, I was like hiding them behind... Actually, I'll bring the picture up here. I know it doesn't have any bearing on what's going on here now, but I like to share. There we go. Plus it was nice, like, teaching him how to play a game and that. There we go. So this is when we were playing earlier. So he took my Sherman out over there. My other Sherman's over here. This was his 2 Panzergrenadier squads I destroyed. And there was his Königstiger, and this squad ended up getting taken out. But yeah, it was pretty much fun. Kind of took his guys here. You can see all the different shits that he had to take over here. Fun. Oh dear. I mean, these are actually my US Marines. But yeah, we were playing Battle Group. Not Curse, but definitely Battle Group. But there you go. That was what I was doing earlier today. So yeah, I think we'll call on here. I don't think there's really anything else that we can do at this moment in time. I think we should bomb the airfield at Port Moresby to stop him from building forts. Yeah, potentially so. I don't have an escort in this area at the moment in time. When I do get an escort, then I will look towards doing that. But I'm not going to look towards doing it without an escort at this moment in time. Do I have anything I could potentially send down there that could do that? We do have Claudes. Airfield capacity 1. We'll see, we'll see. How you doing there, Snipe? It's good to have you, my dude. Welcome, my friend. Yeah, what we'll do then is... I'll think about this one. I'd like to bring something around here. Yeah, just as I'm bringing it to an end as well. I'm sorry. Oh, dear. Right, this cruise mine is moving out that way. You really need more fuel, but you'll be okay. In fact, while you are here, have you just replenish at sea and then there's no issues. Doesn't decrease the movement by that much overall. Okay. I do need to get a garrison into that base there. I'm not doing too bad, my dude. Not doing too bad. Getting over my cold at the moment, but I'm not far from that, so that's quite nice. Right. So we're going to have the second raiding regiment moved up over here, which is going to be good news. If I take a look then, so... Group reinforcement schedule. So 3 days I'll have the Misawa KUK-1. They're going to bring their 27 G4M1s, which is going to be really good news. Looking forward to having those bad boys. Okay. Get to see some Emily's in a few days. One of these Eaters are very nice. Or Idas. Yeah, another zero group soon enough. Chiba. K27's there. In fact, I've been talking about this for a while. Fifth Air Division. Okay. I'm gonna have these guys upgrade to K43-1Cs. It's gonna be 5 days. The reason is I would like to actually have some escorts in China available that are a little bit more significant than the KO-27s. Well, I mean, this is it, the Yunyo. That's going to be really interesting. She's more than likely going to be heading... I mean, she's almost guaranteed to be heading to Kido Butai. But we'll see, really. I mean, there is a vague possibility that we might lose a CV or 2 CVs next turn. That is a possibility that we do have to accept, is in the realms of what could happen. But we'll see. I don't think it's too likely, but what I'm thinking is... It depends, really. As we discussed some time ago, if the American carriers are down here in New Zealand, if they do turn out to be down here, which I seriously doubt, but we'll see. I don't know. I doubt it. But if they do turn out to be down there, I'd probably look towards bringing the 2 CVLs and actually have them transferred to Japan with Shoho and then having 3 CVLs raid this area here. I think the fleet carrier would head down there, but we'll see. In regards to what class she is, I think she's just considered a Yunyo class. Yeah. She's really nice, though. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're big ships, aren't they? Big ships. I mean, 20-odd thousand tons is definitely no small asset there, really, isn't it? Well, that's very cool to know. Right then, guys, I've got some food right next to me, and I am very hungry. So I'm going to say goodnight here. I think we do have everything on the turn sorted out, which is pretty awesome. Looking forward to seeing what the turn's going to look like in the future, actually. So until next time, thank you so very much for watching. I do hope you guys did enjoy this. And I am going to be actually running a sale on prints soon. I'm going to probably put them out for about £20, but I'm going to have to figure that one out. But yeah, I'll announce that soon. So there you go. That's the first indication that a sale's coming up. So that's going to be to basically celebrate the anniversary of the actual series, really, which is kind of crazy. I mean, it was last month. So I thought, you know what, we'll actually have a bit of a celebration. So I'll do something special. So there we go. An idea when you're next on. In regards to this turn, I don't know, sometime next week. But I'll probably do something in between this. Probably do some War of the East or something like that. Maybe tomorrow. But we'll see. Until next time, thank you and good night there, ladies and gentlemen. Have a beautiful evening and an even better day. If you did enjoy my content, please do consider following me here on Twitch and on XTRG, and on YouTube at XTRG. Got that in the wrong order. And if you'd like to see the channel supported, then you can do so via Patreon. Really does help me out. And there we go. But we're going to name the turn now. I think what this is... Yeah, I'd say this is pretty much done. I really can't say that anything else is left to do here. But I'm going to make a save just in case. So... What do we name it? Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm getting there. Not be that long before I'm like all cleared of like all illness and ill will. I don't want to name it anything too... Yeah, I don't want to give anything away, really. So I'm going to name it... What do we name it? Sometimes it's hard to choose a name that doesn't give anything away, really. Well, we'll say a glass to the Sumatra. I'd have mentioned the Exeter, but I don't want to give him too much. Yeah, die, equal 3 Palestine. Oh dear. So we'll go with that one. A glass to the Sumatra. There we go. Awesome, so I'll send that right over. There we go, guys. Until next time, thank you and goodbye for now. See you next time.